Hey, how's it going? Being aggressive, Harry? Is your testosterone up? Jesus Christ, calm down, lad. Calm down, lad. Calm down. Okay, hey. I hope somebody joins. I hope you guys join for this one. If not, go straight to YouTube. And this one's a video that's going to be a little different. So instead of talking about just one generic thing, I thought I'd talk about something that I found interesting in a book, and I posted up a few days ago too on my morning Facebook. I posted up on this. So let's talk about this one. The breath slow down and being trapped in duality and more breaths per minute. And I love learning about stuff. And this may resonate with you, may not, but it certainly resonates with me. So I posted a few days ago about the nadis, the 72,000 nadis that we have that are blockages in the chakra system. Sorry, they're just things that are part of the chakra system, and we all have knots in our nadis, our chakra system. Yo, David, good in the house. So we all have blocks in the nadis, the 70,000 nadis, and it's our job to undo the blocks, whatever you want to believe. Mamas, nadis, chi, there's all blocks all over the place, isn't there? And one of the things said in that thing I quoted was duality is it's the opposites, isn't it? It's yin yang, it's sun and moon, it's man and woman, it's breathing in and breathing out is duality. That caught my eye when I put that post up. That's why I posted it. It was a very powerful post I put up. And also it said something interesting after that. It said part of duality is breathing in and breathing out. And when you stop the breath completely, you don't participate in duality. We only participate in duality because we breathe in and we breathe out. But what if, guys, we didn't actually need to fucking breathe at all? What would happen? Well, for the time you stop breathing, and I mean that, the time you stop breathing, perhaps you leave duality. That book implied it. The quote I post up implied it. I believe that too. I don't think it's a belief. I think it's a fact. And I'll get to the point as well. But when your breath stops, like for a minute or two, and I'm sure some of you have had this experience, or you've read about yogis doing this, their breath has stopped completely. What happens? Your ego dissolves and you go into unity consciousness. You stop participating for that moment in time, not forever, because we're not in the realms of after death, we're still living. Yeah, after death we get to perhaps participate in infinite consciousness and, you know, all that stuff, but we're in duality now. We're still breathing. I'm still breathing, so I'm in duality. When it stops, half it, and freeze out. Right, this is playing up, I can see. The breath freezes out, and then we move towards unity consciousness. Now, okay, so that might not be something that's possible for us. Certainly when we take psychedelics, there may be a link there between ego dissolution. Maybe our breath stops, by the way, completely. When near-death experiences, when we experience unity consciousness, when we take LSD, enough of it, and magic mushrooms, and ayahuasca, and all these things, perhaps the breath is actually, maybe it actually is, it's not making perhaps, the breath slows down or stops, and then you experience ego dissolution, unity consciousness. It's a fact. But there's another angle I want to get to this, just a basic level, because that's a bit far off. Look, we know from Dr. Bujieko's work that the more breaths per minute you take, the more unhealthy you are. Listen to what I'm saying. The more breaths you take in a resting state, the more unhealthy you are. For example, someone that has a chronic disease have a breathing rate of at least 15 breaths per minute at a resting state, at least. They've got heavy breathing. What do all diseases have in common? They're breathing too fast. Everyone that has diseases and is unhealthy or on their way towards disease, like pre-diabetes and all that shit, aka the Matrix, they all got too many breaths per minute. And what that does, the more, this is fascinating, the more breaths per minute you take at resting state, the more trapped in duality you are. The more. We're all here in duality, right? We're all in the poison environment. But within the context of I am in duality, I can, for moments at a time, work on my vibration and escape duality. You know, to have tender moments when I do yoga, when I take my aged urine. You can have moments. You can raise your level of escaping duality. Yeah, you can heavily tied down by duality and bogged down. If you're heavily tied down in duality, the result of that is too many breaths per minute and disease state. You are controlled. Duality owns you. You are a consequence of yin and yang. You've got no control of the system. Absolutely no control. However, when you take charge of your health, and look, when we do all these amazing health protocols that all you guys that I talk about, that you guys do with me, or you do separate ones to me, different ones, I don't care what it is, all of them have one thing in common. Every single, talks about this before, right? The one thing in common that all health modalities have long term is at resting state they slow the breath down. Now, why is that significant? Because the slower your resting breath per minute, the more high vibration you are, the less diseases you'll have, and the more you escape being tied down by duality. The slower your breaths per minute, due to all the health protocols we do, the higher our vibration, and the more we escape duality. And then, when we're working so many powerful health protocols, oh, by the way, I'm on a fast. I'm going to get to it. I've done a 48-hour fast last week, Friday, and 5 days later I'm on another one, so I'm going to do another 48-hour fast. Fasting's huge for that. Every single powerful health protocol we do, right, every single one we do, they're just slowing the breath down at the resting state and slowing it down and slowing it down and slowing it down. Now, that pulls you not only towards your highest vibration, that pulls you more towards unity consciousness. And therefore, we are more likely to have peak experiences during yoga. We are more likely to have peak experiences during fasting. So we're not playing at the level of slowing the breaths down from really high rate and trying to escape disease. We're way beyond that. We're playing towards unity consciousness. That's why we're here in duality, to have little peaks of unity consciousness within the to almost for the breath to stop completely without psychedelics. How amazing would that be? Psychedelics are great. I fucking love them. I can't wait to experiment and try them shit. But you can have them. Have you guys not heard about yogis that their breath stops 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a time? In fact, I've got a friend on Facebook. It's probably not that uncommon. When he does meditation, he's been in meditation for many years now, and his breath stops for 2 minutes, and it freaks you out. Have you ever had that, guys? Your breaths, like you're focusing on your breath in meditation, and you lose control of what's in and what's out. You ever had that one? You lose control of your in-breath and out-breath because you're so deep in the meditative state. You're losing because you're not breathing anymore. You're breathing from the spinal cord instead of the nose. That was another thing that in the post I put up. They get to a point where you stop breathing through the nose, that's duality, in and out, and you start breathing through the spinal cord. There is no in and out. How crazy is that? Oh man, it's mad when you think about this. This is a fascinating topic. Thanks for joining me and allowing me to speak my truth, which might not be your truth. That, yeah, listen, we are trapped in duality, for sure, but we can do a lot of work within this poison environment of getting close towards unity consciousness. That's kind of why we're here. Also, we get to the more lower breaths per minute you get, the more your vibration changes towards what the actual fuck we are, right? And then you'll get a taste of compassion, kindness, caring about other people, less focus on self, more out there. You can push more out to people. You can really start to get dissolve the ego. The more lower the breaths per minute go, the more it goes towards unity. Isn't that why we're here? To come to Earth School and to get towards unity consciousness with all the powerful health protocols stacking. For me, I'll just demo what I do: fasting, grounding, aged urine, just done some sunset sun gazing. This is part of slowing the breaths down per minute. Blue blockers because it's now past sundown. You know, what else? Breath work this morning in the faster state. Yoga twice daily. I really stepped my physical health game up this year in time with the energy shifts that are coming in. I mean, what do you think those are doing for my breaths per minute? What do you think that's making vibration kind of high and pushing me towards consciousness, because unity consciousness and away from being trapped by duality? Because everyone that is ill and has too many breaths per minute, which is the same thing, by the way, someone's ill, they have too many breaths per minute, they're trapped by duality. Duality owns you. You won't ever experience the high vibration peak state when you are trapped by duality because you're breathing too fast, and you're breathing too fast because you're not doing any physical miracles, and you're trapped by the matrix. Boom. Shiva. This is fascinating, by the way. I know you guys have got crazy experiences. I'm just relaying information logically without having had any experiences of like my breath slowing down for 2 minutes or not. So it's pretty crazy to think about. It's a mind fuck. Isn't this great? This one is. We're trapped by duality, but with the breath slowed down, it ties in with Dr. Vijeka's work. We know that people that are ill are breathing too fast at a resting state, and they're breathing too fast because they're unhealthy. They're not doing emotional, physical, spiritual health protocols. Work himself. That's a consequence of the matrix. So how do you become healthy and physically, emotionally, and all these things? What do? It slows the breath down. When the breath slows down, you start getting closer and closer, and edging closer and closer and closer towards who the fuck you really are, which is unity consciousness in this earth. And therefore, the difference between you and someone who's breathing too much and trapped in duality and poisoned is very extreme. And therefore, yeah, you're an example and they're not. Now, that's not their fault, and they might have to repeat the cycle or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. Let's read the comments quickly. Yeah. Ooh, Pear, appreciate you coming on for this one. Once the energies enter the channel, breeze. Yes, there we go. Once all the nadis, whatever you want to believe, is unblocked, and you don't need to breathe, guys. We don't need to breathe. Breathing is a duality thing that we're here for Yeah, okay, most of the time. But I mean, when we ascend, when we go to unity consciousness and the life afterwards, there's no breath there. Breathing in and out is a duality based thing, man and woman. Just like I'm a male, but at my higher self, unity consciousness, I'm not, am I? That's duality, male female opposites. I'm actually androgynous. I'm just source. I'm not a man or female. I am duality at the moment for sure. It's fun. Yes, breath clarity. It's all about the breath. And also, breath works great to slow the breath down. That's another thing. You just got to do loads of things to slow. It's all about, if I had to sum it up, if I had to sum up health in just a nutshell, it's all about slowing the breath down. What are the protocols? Which are the best ones for you that you're going to commit to slow the breath down and keep working daily on getting your breath down? You can do breath work, go direct. Some things, even breath work's cool, but even like stuff like aged urine is sometimes more powerful than the breath work. Some of the protocols are fucking more powerful though. Aged urine, as Jesse says, I love that, and I put it in my book, aged urine is the breath work. You drink aged urine, your breath slows down a lot very quickly. Very cool. Yeah, it's all about slowing the breath down, which is why I also made a post saying that how you can tell you're healthy. One of the key indicators, guys, of how you can tell you're healthy is what is your resting breath per minute. Resting. So not after you've done exercise, not when you're stressed. When you're resting, what is your breath per minute? Are you at 15 plus? Shit, if you are, doesn't matter what you are, because you're going to improve, right? But I'd worry if you're at a very high rate and do something about it. I don't think any of you guys would be. And I hope, and the slower your breath, the healthier you are, the closer you push yourself towards unity consciousness and high vibration, and you push yourself closer to having peak experiences when you do stuff like yoga, semen retention, and all these wonderful things. How crazy is that? Yes. Oh yeah, David, yeah, it freaks people out. It freaks you out when your breath stops, even for like 10 seconds at a time. You don't know where your breath's gone, because ultimately we are living most of our lives with an ego. And I don't care who you are, we're living with an ego. We wouldn't be here if we weren't. So it freaks you out if you're not used to it. And of course you're not used to it, because we live with our ego all the time. So it will freak you out, and oh my god, I'm so far off that. If I'm being honest, guys, I've got a massive ego. It's okay, I'm using it for the good of you guys and myself, and I'm very accepting of what I am. But yeah, it'll freak you out. And then the key is, you just have to keep getting to that point over and over again. Over and over again, of like, not just a one-off. Oh, I've stopped my breath. Where's my breath gone? It's like when you take, the thing with taking psychedelics is you don't have a choice. You have to go over the edge. Once you've taken the medicine, the plant medicine, you have to go. Your ego just gets dissolved. You can't resist it. You can't go, okay, I don't want my ego to go. It's just going to go because you've already taken the medicine, right? But with the meditation stuff, yeah, you can freak out and go, oh shit, I don't want my ego to go. And you stay in duality, which is okay. I mean, look, we're in duality. It's fucking cool. But I do want a taste of unity consciousness. And the whole point of the physical health protocols to do, slowing the breath down, is let's give ourselves a taste of unity consciousness. Let's draw our natural happiness set point and vibration level to less breaths per minute and much more towards unity consciousness. That's really where our compassion, our excitement, our love in the face, but for support for each other as soul members. It's not just because we get each other. It's deeper than that. We have compassion, and we have these high vibration. We have gratitude. We have these high vibration thoughts most of the time. We care about each other a lot more, say, than the Matrix. And it's not their fault. It's just because they're breathing too many breaths per minute, and due to unhealthiness, which is kind of their fault. Matrix's fault. They're breathing too many breaths per minute, which is keeping them trapped in duality. When you're trapped in duality, that's like having emotions of anger, fear, not taking action, of competitiveness instead of collaboration. The more breaths, the more we slow down our breath, the more we experiences naturally too, although we can work on ourselves too, we can experience this high vibration thoughts of gratitude, of cooperation, of caring about other people, giving so much. We can give more. The less breaths per minute, the more you can give, the more you can go towards your highest version of yourself, which is fucking sick. Man, I fucking love this one. This one's great. Someone commented recently, my style is quite aggressive. I apologise for my aggressive style. Yes, I'm just trying to spread knowledge in my own style that was always been congruent to me. Damn, Harry, you need to work more at unity consciousness, brother. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. My breath per minute is quite slow. So my version of it is pretty good. Yeah, that's a great one. Yes. Parry dude, so you're saying fast breathing slows the breath down. Here's the thing, paradox, guys. People will say that, you're saying, Harry, you want slow breaths per minute in a resting state. Yes, I am. So what about the Kapalbhati Bastrika, which there's a speed. Wim Hof is a very quick one, isn't it? Wim Hof's very quick too. So why aren't they slowing the breath down? Well, the funny thing with all of those that seem to, and doggy panting, 2, they all seem to be very quick breath work exercises. Well, after you've done them, what happens is they slow the breath down more than normal. Same with exercise. Exercise raises the metabolic rate, the rate you breathe when you exercise heavy, right? You panic, go and do some serious exercise, but then afterwards your breath slows down more than normal. So that's the answer to that one. Your breaths per minute, what I just told at the beginning, which you want, which will send your vibration much higher towards your actual who the fuck you are, unity consciousness, will slow down. Yeah. Or Christine, I feel like you've got more knowledge. I mean, there's spinal cord flow. Yeah, apparently there gets to a point when you stop breathing through the nose in duality, in and out, and you start breathing through the spinal cord, and the cells of the body start breathing. And then we get into all kinds of things people say is woo-woo, which are beyond the scope of comprehension of me to explain, because it's a mind fuck. There's things that I know are true that are just a mind fuck for me to understand and explain at this point in my journey. But I'll get there. I'm a young man. So yes. Right, you guys. Thanks for the comments, guys. For breath work. Guys got Just Breathe. There's Just Breathe, Dan Brumer. Yeah, it's called Just Breathe. No, it's called Breathe or Just Breathe by Dan Brumer. That's a pretty good book on breath work. All the yoga texts too, Pranayama by Pranayama books. So yeah, that was it. Summation. Less breaths per minute, more breaths per minute. Everyone in disease state, or the matrix, they're heading towards diseases way earlier than they should. They're breathing too much, and the reason they're breathing too many breaths per minute at a resting state. The reason why is because the lack of physical health protocols, and also emotional health and spiritual health, all of that combined. So they're taking too many breaths per minute, and because they're taking too many breaths per minute, that's obviously lack of oxygen, pushing them towards disease, but that's also keeping them trapped in duality. Oh, there goes gravity. They're trapped in duality. You can't get out. And what's the big deal, Harry, being trapped in duality? Well, when you're trapped in duality because you're taking too many breaths per minute, you think everyone is separate to you. For example, you'll go around a heavy, imagine that fat man that's on 19 breaths per minute, can't barely breathe properly, and he's thinking, because it's not even his fault, it is his fault, but because he's breathing so much and he's so diseased, because he's trapped in duality, he now thinks he's separate from everybody else, and now his emotions are all over the place. He's angry, bitter, lonely, won't go and socialise with people, passive-aggressive bullshit, all that stuff. That's what the problem of being trapped in duality. How do you escape being trapped in duality? Work on your breaths per minute, which is basically work on your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, will all slow your breath down. And when the breath slows down completely, then you go into the realms of who the fuck you actually are. But in the meantime, and I haven't experienced that yet, I can work very slowly on a daily basis by committing to all the health protocols I told you in the middle of the video that I do, which you know anyway, and I know you guys are doing loads. You can continue to do that on a daily basis, all your health protocols, and with an understanding. This is what I want to give you as motivation. Every health protocol you do, whether that be even spiritual and emotional, which are really important too, and physical, these are all important things. Whatever you do, gratitude practice, these are all things that, slow the breath down? Yeah, of course it does. All these are working towards slowing your breath down. When the breath slows down, then you push yourself in a high vibration state, and you work towards that unity consciousness. It doesn't mean you're going to get there tomorrow, but you're pushing yourself close to having peak experiences, and beyond that, your set point of how your happiness and vibration, your vibration level set point is very high. Your vibration goes up the less you breathe. Om Shiva, let me say that one again. The vibration goes up the less you need to breathe. The more you need to breathe, the more trapped in duality you live, the more trapped you are in duality. So you want to be working, it's all about funny how that ties in, it's all about the breath. Yeah, okay, so that was a great video. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Wow, I appreciate the support and sharing stuff with you. I'm sure you guys agree, and yeah, let's carry on. And a quick one, if anyone's interested, tomorrow I was supposed to go on for the Age During and ITV this morning, but they cancelled, so I'm going to reschedule. I did a post on it, but you might not see, because I know it's busy, the news feeds and Facebook and shit. So yeah, I'm going to go next week, definitely. Super excited about that. At the moment, I also told you at the beginning, I'm also very high vibration every day, pretty much, but I mean, I'm fasting now I'm 30 hours into it, but I'm going to go 48 hours into a dry fast. So another one off the back of one 4 or 5 days ago. So and I eat 1 meal a day anyway. So hardly eaten in the past week, and now I'm on another fast, and I can feel my brain working efficiently. And guess what I'm doing? With the fasting, my breath is going down and down. I'm looking forward to yoga tonight in the fasted state. My breath is going down and down and down. My vibration is going up and up and up. I'm getting some more towards who the fuck I actually am. And one more thing I'll leave. Another thing to work towards unity consciousness, and why is because that is who the fuck you are, and that is why we came here to be. We came here to find out who the fuck we actually are in this place, didn't we? We came here to learn lessons and to get close and taste of who we actually are. And how do we get a taste of it? By slowing the breath down. and doing all this physical, emotional, spiritual work. That's what gives you a taste of who we actually are. The lies of the Matrix can't withstand someone with slow breaths per minute is working on themselves, because by that's impossible. When your breaths slow down, your vibration goes so high, and when your vibration's high at that level, you will see the truth. You're drawing yourself. That's what it is about. That's what I do it for too. It's motivation for me too. I'm talking to myself. I'm just motivated now to see who that I actually am beneath the bullshit. You know, what makes me happy, what makes me drive, not to lie to myself, not to look at my shadow. People that lie to themselves and cognitive dissonance, all that shit, they can't do that when your breath's slow per minute down. When you can't, your vibration is so high when you work on yourself and you slow your breath per minute down, you can't lie to yourself anymore. It all comes naturally. Do you hear what I said there? That's a good angle. You can't lie to yourself when your vibration's so high, and your vibration's so high because you've slowed your breath down, because you're doing so many things for your health and your physical, emotional, spiritual health. You can't lie to yourself. The lies of the Matrix can't withstand it, and that's why they fucking hate us and what we're doing, because you can't lie. When your vibration is that high and your breath is so slow, that is the truth of everything. Oh, that's funny. Alright, cheers guys, and thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. One love, and have a blessed day, and carry on fasting, carry on doing amazing health protocols with an understanding now you're working towards escaping duality, or not even escaping duality, you're working towards bringing yourself towards your highest vibration, towards unity consciousness of who we actually are in this realm. Who we are, man, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why compassion and caring for each other and supporting each other is so important, because that's actually what makes us happy, and that's why we're here. That's why I enjoy it. That's why you enjoy it. That's why I love Facebook and everyone supporting each other. It's brilliant. Right, peace, and have a really good day.